How to protect yourself from the coronavirus? Here are the top tactics to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Wash your hands. Yes, this is still the best way to prevent getting the coronavirus. The things you should do to protect yourself from the coronavirus are things you should do every day. The number one thing you can do to prevent any respiratory illness is to practice good personal hygiene. Washing your hands correctly, using soap and water and washing for at least 20 seconds, or using hand sanitizer when soap and water aren't available, still stands as the best way to prevent the spread of infectious diseases. Wear a face mask. It's recommends that everyone wear a cloth face covering, not a mask meant for a healthcare worker, when out in public, such as at the grocery store or bank. This is less to protect yourself and more to protect other people from you, in case you unknowingly have the virus and have the potential to transmit it. A lot of the transmission is happening via superspreader events where people are in close proximity and not wearing masks. Stay out of unventilated indoor areas. Now that we know COVID-19 can spread through aerosols, we must pay attention to the air quality and ventilation quality in our homes and other indoor areas. Air purifiers, high-quality AC filters and allowing outdoor air inside, i.e., opening the windows, can improve the air exchange rate in your home. Although it's not clear how many cases have occurred due to aerosols, and it's impossible to tell without contact tracing, it would be irresponsible to disregard the possibility of catching COVID-19 this way. Avoid close contact with people who are sick or have been exposed. This might be common sense, but don't get too close to people who are sick, whether with the novel coronavirus or something else, or who have been exposed to the coronavirus. The person-to-person contact is the primary method of transmission for the coronavirus, so take care to distance yourself from people showing symptoms. Avoid unnecessary trips. Though stay-at-home orders continue to come and go, it's still smart to avoid going out to indoor public places when you can, especially if you're someone who has a high risk of developing serious complications. Try doing your banking online instead of going to the bank, for example. Carefully plan out your grocery list so you don't have to make a second or third trip. If you used to go out to eat 3 times per week, start with just one night and consider takeout. Obviously, we can't all stay home and avoid leisure activities forever. So when you do leave your house, follow some basic preventative measures. Follow local public health guidelines. Nearly every state and local government has published guidelines of what to do to slow the spread of the coronavirus. These include social distancing, restricting what kinds of businesses can operate, and what kinds of activities, such as outdoor exercise or private gatherings, are allowed. For example, in many states, restaurants can only offer outdoor seating or must operate at a limited indoor capacity. In some areas, gyms and museums are closed, while other establishments, such as clothing stores, may only be allowed to have a limited number of people inside at a time. Your city or county might still have limits on private gatherings or even have curfews to discourage people from getting together. If your state or local government has imposed guidelines, you should follow them to the best of your ability. Boost your immune system. On top of basic illness prevention, the best, and only real, defense against disease is a strong immune system. Your body is better able to fight off illnesses when your immune system is really humming, and everyone should put in an effort to get theirs into tip-top shape. This is a time to focus on all the health habits you may have been putting off. Start daily activities and food choices that support your health, and turn them into habits that will lead to lifelong improvements in health. During this time, get adequate sleep and some fresh air and sunlight daily. Also, stay hydrated, minimize overly processed foods and make sure to get enough vitamin D, vitamin C, antioxidants and other essential nutrients. Stay calm. In addition to your physical health, you should take care of your mental health. High stress levels can take a toll on your immune system, which is the opposite of what you want if you're trying to avoid the coronavirus. If you're feeling overly anxious about COVID-19, follow these tips from a psychotherapist to keep your nerves calm. Other tips for avoiding coronavirus and other respiratory diseases: sneeze and cough into tissues or the crook of your elbow. If you get mucus or spit on your skin, clean it off right away. Avoid touching your face with unwashed hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick, especially people exhibiting respiratory symptoms and fever. Stay home when you're sick. Regularly and thoroughly clean surfaces, such as countertops and doorknobs, with a disinfectant. Stay informed. Everyone must stay armed with the facts. Specifically, it recommends monitoring official websites as well as continually updated guidelines on how to protect yourself and others. It's easy to get swept up in the ever-increasing amount of information available online, as well as the fear and misinformation that spreads on social media. And your best bet is to get your information from the actual health organizations that are investigating the issue firsthand. The people it is feel empowered by knowing the facts. And you must have access to the information and to know how to take care of your body and how they can keep yourself safe. Folks are just tired of this, and they all want to get back to normal way of life. That's so understandable and natural to want that, but it's critical for people to understand that nothing about the way the virus spreads has changed since the start of the pandemic. The world need people to hang in there and keep doing the right thing and taking care of each other. And this is all about how to protect yourself from the coronavirus. Now you just have to put these tips into practice. It's your turn.